A brand new tip that could break the case, just days away from the dreaded milestone of 4 years since then 5-year-old Summer Wells disappeared. Let's discuss. Good morning everyone, my name is Michelle, I hope you're doing well. Welcome to another video. It is Monday morning, the 9th of June. In this video, we're going back to Rogersville in Tennessee, more specifically the Beech Creek community, which nestles itself in the hollers, in the no man's land between the town of Rogersville and the town of Kingsport. And there, on the 15th of June 2021, almost 4 years to the day, then 5-year-old Summer Wells was playing outside. According to her mother, Candice, she was helping Candice and her grandma plant flowers. She wanted to go back to the house, just a mere 30 or 40 yards away. And Candice walked a part of the way, you know, the attentive, loving mother that she was. She saw her going into the house. Summer wanted to see her brothers, but she went down to the basement and then she was never seen again. We all know that, don't we? We all know the planting flowers story, the candy from grandma, you know, all that. Washing her hands. Yeah, no. There's going to be some new media coming out in the next few days on the official family page on Facebook. Find Summer Wells. Got a couple of pictures of Dawn being filmed, probably for one of the local news channels that has followed this case from the jump. So there's a little flurry of activity that's going to happen. I'd really like a press conference from the TBI. That would be great, giving us some indication of progress. But I won't hold my breath on that one. Anyway, to the tip. This is from Jason K Jensen, PI. We'll talk about Jason Jensen in a moment, but this was written yesterday at 1:32 a.m. my time, because Facebook puts your local time on posts. So literally just received a tip from someone, an anonymous caller from Rogersville, Tennessee. He didn't trust his information with anyone else. Thank you, sir, for your trust in me and for the tip on Summer Wells. Stay tuned, y'all. Interesting. Oh. He's commented on the Karen Reid case. Injuries on John O'Keefe's right arm. Little doubt to me caused by a dog. Yes, I know. Okay, let's not get distracted. So we've got more here. 14 hours ago, because of the sudden involvement in the Summer Wells case, I've decided to expedite my pursuit of a PI agency and PI license in Tennessee. A burglary turned abduction? Question mark. A burglary in the middle of the day when people are home. Okay, there's more. 14 hours ago again. I know what you did. Turn your brother in and they will go easy on you. You can remain anonymous. Call me on his phone. It's Utah based, so yes, that is Utah area code apparently. This is not about Summer's brothers. Hey you, you know I have your name. Confess where she is. Let's have a look at some of the comments here. If I'm reading this correctly, this anonymous person knows who did it. So why have they not gone straight to the right people to give the evidence? Seems like they're trying to stir things up. Jason comes back and says, you don't know everything. I know why, because I spoke to the person. Methinks you brought a spoon. Okay. Without a confession or direct evidence, things like eyewitness testimony without any digital evidence or direct evidence aren't always enough. That's true. If this man is a private investigator, surely he has turned the info in to the correct authorities. It is illegal to sit on information. Okay. Jason Jensen is a very well-respected private investigator and knows what he's doing. He's not going to do anything illegal. Summer Wells' case has been mishandled by the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office, especially considering the sheriff's son has been arrested for sexual battery. He's not trying to stir anything up, and the local police are not going to say anything after they investigate it. I was at Wetlands in Jonesboro, TN, 2 weeks after she went missing. Her mama and the mama were there having a good time. The only time she cried was when there was a crowd. If that was my daughter that was missing, I would be walking the streets trying to find her. The whole family is as guilty as can be. Seriously though, if this is legit, why doesn't this guy turn the names into the police? Might be more prudent to turn the tips to TBI or FBI rather than local law enforcement. More resources, more experience with these types of cases. Yeah, breaking the case. Hope so. So, are we thinking she was actually abducted? Does the Wells know these people? Or the Wells really have no involvement? Okay, so this is Jason Jensen. He is a licensed PI in Utah and maybe some other states. This is his Twitter profile. He doesn't post much on Twitter. He posts mainly on JonBenet Ramsey, but he's also got commentary on Kurt Cobain. Kurt Cobain did not commit suicide. Actual language from the autopsy report. The deceased had a shotgun wound to the head. A shotgun was found at the scene. A note indicating suicidal intent was found in the residence. Context matters, however. The scene was staged. No way the shotgun would remain across his chest. The note was a forgery. The toxicology report was not received yet and indicated a lethal quantity of morphine. The scene matched that described by one of the participants in a recent interview. O.J. Simpson. Let's summarise the JonBenet case. JonBenet was stunned with a stun gun. Gary owned a stun gun. JonBenet had black duct tape on her mouth. Gary owned black duct tape. I own black duct tape. I don't have a stun gun though. JonBenet was a molested child. Gary was also a convicted child molester. JonBenet was strangled with a ligature. Gary strangled his own mother with a ligature. Gary knew the ransom note was a junior yellow legal pad. The handwriting in the ransom note matches Gary's. So this is pertaining to Gary Oliva. The thing with Gary Oliva, I mean, I've done some live streams about him. He's a very promising suspect in the JonBenet case. However, apparently his DNA does not match the DNA found at the scene and in JonBenet's underwear. So you got to get over that. You've got to get over that. He likes his high-profile cases. He's been on various news pieces. He's been on Court TV. This is his website. Jason Jensen has 27 years investigative experience. He has a master's degree in criminal justice. He's the co-founder of the Cold Case Coalition, various organisations. Appeared on Court TV, closing arguments with Vinnie Politan. Jason Jensen started Jensen Cold Cases as a dream programme of his detective agency. Jensen Investigations followed 10 years of service as a private investigator through Utah, Idaho and Wyoming, serving victims nationwide. Alright, what do I think about this? Well, the timing's interesting, just days away from the 4-year milestone, and given that we know that new media's coming out, is Jason Jensen wanting to get on that new media? He's made this up? Maybe. Has someone called in and it's just a hoax within days of the 4-year mark to see whether their quote-unquote theory can make it into the media? Maybe. Is it truthful? Someone is feeling guilty that they've held this information in for so long, and they've seen that it's almost 4 years, and they've decided to talk. Well, stranger things have happened. That does happen. People call in information that proves to be truthful years after a crime occurred, because the guilt eats away at them. Could that have happened? Yeah, sure. What I do find a little bit weird, though, is the latest post from 5 hours ago. Summer Wells update. Some have wondered why me notifying the TBI of the tip I received yesterday. Rest assured, I intend to contact TBI tomorrow when they open up. I received the tip over the weekend. I'm not sure that the TBI closes for weekends. Don't they have at least a person dealing with tips and stuff? You know, when they say, if you've got credible information about Summer Wells, call 1-800-TBI-FIND. It doesn't say call 1-800-TBI-FIND weekdays between 9 and 5, does it? I don't know. What do I know? I've never called the TBI. And the TBI themselves, well, they're not updating. The Amber Alert's still active, though. This is all the information that the TBI has. Not been updated for a long time. Alright, let's see what comes of this. If it's a hoax, look, there's been many, so don't get your hopes up. Don't get your hopes up. Alright guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.